You're going back to the forest and descry a war machine nest. Destroy them all as you did before, but find the rune.
Yes.
Forget,
We're going to destroy
don't
all
bother
of
coming back at all.
the Doom Wheels.
Leonard may enjoy his jolly little motivational speeches. I care
Only about results.
So don't mess this up.
Oh my gosh, she's so demanding. What if we mess it up just a little bit? You know, maybe if we mess it up just a little bit, Alicia, maybe, you know. Back with another. Ooh, you know, I always check. It's not often, but sometimes there's a potion back here. This is how I know this is the game. This is how I know. Whenever I go here, I always crouch down and look underneath to see if I can see anything under there. This is how I know this is going to be the game. I just started up too. I'm playing Engines of War with Foot Knight, doing my my Grail Knight light build. I may have changed up a few stats on it than when I used it last time. That's not to say like the core philosophy of the build has like shifted or anything. It's still you know gonna play the same. And I'm already too late. I'm already too late. Yeah, that I can't see that that loot rat. He's gone. Oh, come on, I'm trying to overhead the leech assassin. What are you doing? Leave me be. But yeah, the build shouldn't really play much differently. I think I made it like put like bark skin or something on. I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of felt like playing with bark skin. I may have had like Boona Shalia on before or something, but like I said, it's not a too big of a deal. You know, both traits are really good. They both have their purposes. And I guess I just kind of felt like blowing up some Doom Wheels here on engines. Mostly, of course, wanted to play my Foot Knight Ground Knight build. Naturally, I was feeling them, so especially knowing that I've gotten this potion at the beginning, I know it's going to be a good game. And there's absolutely nothing that is going to possibly happen to make me look terrible in any way. So I did just get done recording an engineer game where I was talking about like I mean the overall arcing topic was like friendly fire and stuff, but I had mentioned during it, maybe I'll put a link into the description to that video. It wasn't too long ago. About how, you know, respecting your teammates' space and like you know the space they occupy and stuff. And I kind of wanted to like go a little bit deeper into that because I'd mentioned something during that game that kind of made me realize that I haven't really talked about. I wanted to go over it in that game, of course, but I kept getting sidetracked and I didn't think about it at certain points. I was talking about other shit. That was a rough game. But I wanted to talk about priorities. The game, Vermintide here can be very taxing. You know, in terms of like multitasking, that is. You know, it can really pull your attention in multiple different ways. And kind of like, you know, where you divert your attention to is, of course, like, you know, really important. Sometimes there's an item that spawns back here. Whatever. I don't need that art. And I mean, you know, how you prioritize things can seem pretty obvious in you know, in certain cases. Specials obviously are a big example of, you know, what you should kind of be prioritizing the most. Like even amongst this huge horde that I got in front of me with all these elites in it, you're gonna notice right now, I'm gonna kind of just charge them out of the way, and I'm gonna maneuver to get that that poison wind that I just took out. Because that poison Globadier, in my opinion, was a bigger priority to take out than everything else that was in front of me at that time. The same thing with that Gatling gunner. So there are certain cases when you're playing with other people where, you know, a lot of these priorities are going to be like shared, right? It's one of the harder things to kind of, you know, get used to, especially when you play with other people, is it's sort of how to share the priorities. And like always, whenever I play this map, I just want to point out that there is a healing draft back here in this little nook. It's 100% spawn. There's hardly anybody that grabs it. So if you ever walk by here, you need to heal. It's always there. Oh, don't overhead me, please. So, like learning how to share priorities takes a little bit of getting used to. Because, you know, obviously when you're playing by yourself, you know, you play with the bots, you kind of get used to handling everything by yourself in a way. I mean, like I always say, the bots are predictably bad, and you can kind of rely on them to not always prioritize the most important thing that you need done, you know? I mean, more often than not, you know, they do tend to take out specials when I really need them to, but sometimes they just can't handle it, and that's when you gotta intervene. You know, you need the human intervention to take over. But I shall heed your advice. But I think one of the things I did while I was in that particular game that I was mentioning earlier was how I remember I walked past a Chaos Warrior. And I had mentioned that I wasn't going to attack that Chaos Warrior. See, like, you see how I'm attacking all these specials here? I'm taking the time to take them all out. If I was on a team with real people, and I had like a Waystalker, for example, who I know is prioritizing those specials, I would have been over this bridge already, and I would have let the Waystalker handle it. And that's not to say, like, that I'm just willingly giving up, you know, green circles, or I'm just gonna let the Waystalker play the game and I'm just gonna watch. Like that's not, you know, what I'm trying to suggest or anything. It's about priorities. So if the Waystalker I know is taking out specials and stuff, I'm just going to prioritize moving to the next enemy on the map that I should be concerned about, right? It's not necessarily to say that, you know, I'm gonna let the Waystalker just get all the kills. Of course, if there is a special that you need to prioritize yourself personally, that the Waystalker can't quite manage right away, then of course, yeah, you gotta prioritize it. And I'm gonna burn a potion and a bomb for this patrol, because obviously we cannot let patrols live here, especially a Chaos Patrol. We're gonna do some overhead attacks on these Chaos Warriors, get another charge off. And there is one Chaos Patrol absolutely obliterated. Not a single bot even went into a down state. You'll love to see it. But it's like, let me give it like another example. So, let's say you got a Battle Wizard on your team, right? And the Battle Wizard is absolutely obliterating hordes. Every time you step up to a horde, this Battle Wizard is just like it almost feels like there's no point in even fighting the horde. Like you're getting like 5 kills like max, and the Battle Wizard's getting every single other one, you know? Well, I ask, what's the point of engaging the horde at all? Right? Because if that Battle Wizard is obliterating hordes to that degree, then you are most likely better off simply changing up your priorities a little bit, respecting the Battle Wizard's ability to engage the horde, and just going off and doing the rest of the map. It can be a little awkward sometimes because a lot of what you might hear, especially starting out in Vermintide, is, oh, play as a team, stick together, stuff like that. But sticking together is sometimes a little bit redundant, you know? Like you only need one hammer to, you know, hammer a nail into a board, you know? You don't need 4. And sometimes 2 works pretty effectively. And it's just overkill sometimes. Yeah, like you can make the argument, oh well, you know, you kill the horde faster and stuff like that. But it can be really boring for someone who's just kind of like following someone else around and they're just obliterating everything that they come into contact with. It can be a little boring. And I remember I said this in a video a while ago. And it kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm kind of trying to get at now in terms of priorities, and it's about setting your own pace. This is a terribly good poison wind right here from the Globadier. But it's about setting your own pace essentially. And you know, I mentioned that can take a little bit of practice and stuff getting used to. And it can also feel a little bit like scary, like just kind of doing things on your own. You know, one of the things that you can certainly do is, you know, split up in groups of 2 if you can manage to. You know, groups of 2 are pretty ideal whenever you split up to kind of take multiple priorities. If like 2 of you push the map while maybe the other 2 are kind of sitting behind a little bit, like dealing with a horde. But you know, I've also mentioned this before. Like, there's multiple things that you can do whenever you take point. Right? You know, and I'm not advocating, of course, for leaving your teammates in the dust. You should always try to stay within a certain distance of your team. You don't have to stay on top of each other, you know, but you should try to stay within a certain distance where your team can help you or you can help your team if if it's at all necessary. You know, sometimes it's not. I'm sorry, did that plague monk just appear out of nowhere? I hear an assassin somewhere. This is a crazy. That's actually a crazy good shield. Oh. Yeah, I didn't get him. It's all right. There's a lot of enemies here. Kind of like out of nowhere. It's alright if I lose the bots here. They spawn back in this area over yonder, so it's not too big a deal. I'll try to get one of them up here. I'm gonna lose the dwarf. And I would love to try to get these barrels, but man, they are just throwing a lot of rats at me here. All right, now there's kind of finally a lull in the action. I can chill and walk some barrels to their intended destinations. There you go. But like, take that example. You know what just transpired. It was pretty hefty, but you might come across some teammates who seem like they might be able to handle that kind of thing. And if you do, well, it wouldn't be a bad thing if you simply walked the barrels to the objective and you know, advanced the map, or you know, vice versa. If you're in a situation where a teammate might think that you are handling said situation, they might be inclined to, you know, do the objective in this case. And if something happens to you, you gotta understand that, you know, maybe your teammate thought you had it, you know. You know, it's hard not to get angry sometimes whenever things go south. And you know, I've mentioned before about trying to keep a cool head when you're playing a game like this.
Ain't that a beautiful shot?
Oh boy. Oh. She put you down on the ground. That didn't mean you can get back up, Mr. Plague Monk. I don't want to get too close to the barrel with the Sigmar shield there. The shield does proc it. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm okay, good. I don't care if the wizard goes neither. So they're all going to spawn under here. Hopefully the wizard can still kind of get to me. It looks like the wizard's cutting really well here. Let's give her some cover. All right. Come on. Oh, you dare! Oh, I missed that? I'm not gonna miss that one. There you go. So it can be a difficult thing to you know, get used to, you know, what your teammates are capable of and stuff, and how you can play off of their strengths and kind of slingshot your way through a map a little faster in ways, you know. Because you know, like I said, I respect my teammates' ability to engage certain enemies. So if I see them engaging enemies that I think they can handle, I'll often just let them do it, and I'll just simply move on to the next priority, whatever I just need to, you know, want to do next, whether that's just taking point and moving on with the map, you know, searching an area for items that, you know, can help me later, or just, you know, taking on the next squad of roaming enemies, you know. It doesn't just mean just stand there and watch your teammates, you know, kill everything. Like, don't do that. Don't do nothing, you know. Stop spraying into the gas. I really am just breathing that in, man. I don't care. I might burn this med kit. Tome's back there, but I think sometimes there's an item that spawns there. There we go. More potions. I can definitely walk into another trigger here. I want to be ready for it, just in case. I'm gonna see if I can try to recover some HP here. Nope. That should be alright. The shield might burn him. Oh! Oh, I knew this was the game. I'm definitely gonna burn this med kit because they're getting obliterated up there, it looks like. So I'm not gonna go up there thinking I can have any kind of control over the situation. If I can, oh, okay, I gotta get her down from this first, so she stops bleeding. Actually, I thought that Chaos Warrior was still alive, actually, so it's not too bad. It's not bad. Still saved one of them. I'm going to save her till I do that healing. Yeah, these specials are getting a little relentless here. It's all right. We can handle them. Yeah, get away from me. Northlander thinking he's gonna do something. So, like, take this for example. This is another example. Right here in this very spot, in this fork in the road. Sometimes you will get people who play this map, and they'd want to go for the Grimoire. So the Grimoire naturally is towards this right side. It's actually, you go around, you come through here, you jump up on this tree, and it's right there. That's where the Grim is. So if you get somebody who takes a right here and goes for the Grim, you can certainly just kind of sit here and wait for them, of course. Or you can take all these enemies out that are, roaming the area. But you can also check for all these items. Like there's an item that spawns here sometimes.
I'll be back.
There was this, there's an item that spawns near that log. So this is where I got this med kit at. Maybe they take,
Keep your guard up. That's
when they get the Grim, they take that left path where that fork was, and they take the left to go to the bottom. But you're already up top here, right? So just keep going. You know they're, you know, where they are in the map. This also of course takes knowledge of the map itself. Which also definitely, you know, takes experience. You know, getting used to the maps and whatnot.
a warp fire thrower. Get clear, get clear.
There's a trigger sometimes in this area. So I'm just kind of being mindful about how far forward I go because I am down a salt spire. I don't want to be down a salt spire plus a horde plus whatever the trigger may be. Oh, come on. I was charging. It's alright. I charged and I got that whole horde, you know, staggered before he hooked me, so at least the bots were able to come to my rescue real easily. But like yeah, like just because like maybe a couple of you on this top space and a couple of you on the bottom, you know, it's not a big deal. Just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. You guys will meet up at, you know, eventually. The whole team meets up at the end. It is important sometimes if you can kind of sense that you're a little farther forward than another group that took like an alternate path. It can be prudent to sort of let them catch up a little bit at like you know, whatever junction the, you know, the paths meet up at, you know. But it's you know, it's ultimately it's all things that come to you in time as you just keep playing the game. You keep getting better. You know, you keep seeing like, you know, what your teammates do and, you know, what they're capable of, and especially if you play a lot of the other careers. There are some people who play Vermintide and they'll like they've got like, you know, oh, I've got 3,000 hours in Vermintide, but like 2,900 of those hours are played on one single career. You know what I mean? Like, there are some people who only play like a single career or just a couple of them. So, you know, getting to know every other career is a really good thing to learn if you want to get better at the game. Like, even if it's a struggle for you to, like, you know, for certain careers, if you're not entirely sure what you're doing, you know, just because you play Legend or Cataclysm with one career doesn't mean that you can't go back down to, like, you know, Veteran or Champion with another, you know. Like, take your time, you know, learning if it's something entirely new to you still, you know. Don't be afraid to do that. You know, I don't think I've told this before, but, you know, when I first started out, I know I've mentioned that I used to play on recruit and veteran, of course, when I started out. You know, I think most of players have. And what I mean, of course, everybody has, because, you know, you're not allowed to go into the higher difficulty. There's a power requirement. But what I mean is, even after I satisfied that power requirement, I still kept playing on lower difficulties. Like, I think I think like my first 100 hours or so might have been all on champion, you know, like like I didn't move up to legend really fast. I don't think I really moved up to legend until I felt like I had like a bunch of really good gear, even though I totally could have. But yeah, it took me a while to have the confidence, if you will, to move up to legend. Oh, this is a really rare trigger. So this is going to be a Storm Fiend. I'm going to pull him all the way over here where there's a lot more ground, and hopefully the bots don't get punched off of the ledge, because there is a ledge here, and they are facing the ledge. That's not good. I'm gonna burn a potion here for him. Try to, I guess, I don't know, deal some more damage to him. It's kind of moot because there's a horde coming here. Whew. Okay, this is getting a little dicey. Oh, that's a good shield though. I have the Sigmar shield to help me out. That'd be good. Let's keep that reloaded until I need it the next time. There's a couple more waves of the horde that still have to come in. I'm gonna naturally deal with them first before I even really bother with the Storm Fiend, which is why me burning that strength potion when I did probably wasn't the best idea, but I'm not gonna get too worked up over it. I'll be honest, I sometimes forget when I'm playing with the Bretonnian Longsword. I sometimes forget when I'm not playing Ground Knight. So like, I think I did it once this game. I didn't say anything about it though, but it's quite often where when I'm playing Kruber and I'll bust out my gun thinking it's my shield, and I'll be like, what the fuck, this isn't my shield, what am I doing with this? And I take a bunch of damage. Ooh, you'll love to see it, the Storm Fiend that doesn't know how to balance on a fence. You'll love to see it. Nice shot, Dwarf. Stupid Storm Fiend doesn't know how to keep balance. Yo, Dwarf is popping off right now at the moment. That's good.
Ammunition here.
fucking gravity taking out the Storm Fiend. Oh my god. Alright, so this finale is a doozy. It has the potential to be a doozy. I think I've explained this. You alright there, buddy? Oh, gravity's getting the best of this guy, too. But I think I may have explained, this finale before. It's mostly like one wave that kind of gets everybody. And it's naturally the rat wave. I think there's two different rat waves. I think there's one that has a bunch of regular storm vermin in it, storm vermin with the halberds, and then I think there's the other rat wave, which more people are acquainted with, if you will, which is the one with the shielded storm vermin and the plague monks. That is typically the one that gets most people. And I think both times I have played this map, I've played it inside of the tavern here. And this is a lucky spawn with the ammo crate. But I'm gonna try to play it a little bit different, and I'm gonna play it out here, which is how most people would choose to tackle this finale. What I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to take the 3 barrels that are kind of out and about on the map. I don't know why the dwarf is as stuck as he is, which isn't good. I'm going to try to go over here and see if I can free him. What's wrong with you? I think the dwarf wants me to fight in the tavern here, despite saying that I wasn't going to. Alright, you know what? The dwarf was popping off just a moment ago, so maybe I should just stick with him. You know, why it worked for me the last 3 times I was in here. Why change up a good thing? I guess I'm calling an audible. I'm going to call a double audible, and now that the dwarf is free, I'm going to go back out here. And I seem to be getting 2 chaos waves, which is lucky. They are generally easier. But yeah, I always like to set up these those 3 barrels, usually kind of like a, you know, in like an arc. Yeah, just in case, you never know when they might come in, you know, useful in certain situations. They can definitely help with that 1 wave I was just, you know, telling you about earlier with the Plague Monks and the Shielded Boys. Can definitely deal a lot of damage in those cases. Deal a little bit of stagger, help you kind of handle the wave a little better. But we don't really need them in this case. There should only be 1 more wave here. And I've got all this healing. Still got a couple potions. So I'm not really sweating it too much. Although, there is 1 more wave that spawns after the boat has arrived, which not many people like to deal with. Everybody kind of races to the boat. But as anybody who's been watching me for a little bit here knows very well, that wave has Chaos Warriors in it, and I can't let them live. So I'm gonna wait until the Chaos Warriors arrive. Unless it's gonna be this wave of Chaos Maulers, in which case I'm still going to kill all of them. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here, Chaos. Get out of here. Alright. Any more? Any more want to play? Just a bunch of rats. It's alright. Those Chaos Warriors knew better. They were scared the moment I picked up that speed potion at the very beginning. Cheers. Oh my god, what's going on with you priests? No, don't go down now. Dressing your wound. Oh, there they are. There they are. You guys came in so late. They thought I left. They thought I left, but I'm still here, boys. I'm still here. What were you thinking coming out to play? Oh, he's gone. He got on the boat. Let's go terrorize. Let's go terrorize the citizens real quick. Nope, I'm still here, bitch. I'm still here. Get out of here. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? All right, now we can go now. All right, I'll stop. I'll stop messing around. Let's get to the end screen here. If you stuck through that whole match, I appreciate you watching. If you kind of just skip to the end here to see what the end result is, I appreciate you nonetheless. You watched, that's all that matters. And let's see how the bots did. Whew. Oh, 21,500 on the wizard. That's really nice. 18, almost 19k on him. 28 specials on the dwarf. He was popping off there a few times at the end there, I saw. But 72 specials total for me is actually not too shabby neither. Very nice. Over 50,000 damage. Love to see it. Very nice. Again, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. GG.